road. We will not be deterred by some political lilliputian from opposite Lone Star Sales.
You say political what?
Political lilliputian.
Spell that word, lilliputian. Let me learn from you.
We will not be.
My man, wait. No, wait. Fast. Spell. No, but wait. No. You're not gonna talk anything here. That spell that word. You said do to push. Please pronounce it and spell it for me.
Political lilliputian.
Yes, spell it, lilliputian. And what does it mean? Spell it.
We will not.
No, my man, you're not going anywhere. Follow. If you can't spell that word, you're not going anywhere. Trust me, you will not go. You think you just can speak our words? What is spelling our word and what does it mean?
Correct. Political lilliputian. PULLITURINRON.
And what? I do that. Wait, bring a pen. Imana, take your time. I want to learn from you. Take your time because I come in fact check that word just now. Hey, Chief. When woman says she find a net, they can pray. Just wait, hold it down there. Political what? Lilliputian. You say what? L?
PU.
Oh, you said political what?
Political lilliputian.
Lilliputian. So spell it now. L.
PU. POLRTRT.
No, when you say what is spelling starting from?
Political.
No, let lead that political. That the word I want.
PU.
BU.
PULL.
What that man say? He say P or B? P as for Peter?
Yeah.
But how you can say I'm not lilliputian, then he say starting from P?
I said political lilliputian.
My man, sorry man, Baba man, Emmanuel, I don't know what you want to say. How you can say political lilliputian, then you say starting from P? You confusing me? Hello?
Esau that didn't get the blessing was richer than Jacob. Check your Bible. Genesis 33:1.
And Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau came, and with him 400 men. And he divided the children unto Leah and unto Rachel and unto the 2 handmaids.
When you have 400 men living with you, you are not a poor man. When your family can accommodate 400 people, you are not a poor man. And don't forget, these 400 were men minus wives and children, following a man that is not blessed. Is your mind getting renewed? The blessed child Jacob had only 12 children. With the blessing, 12 children, 2 wives. That's why prayer and fasting, as good as it is for your spiritual development, has not changed the Nigerian economy. We don't need more prayer and fasting in Nigeria. We need brains that can create and develop an enabling environment with technology.
If you live in lies and illusion. But you never know that this is the conclusion. No chance, no hope for those who kept it a-going. Cause you never know that the truth was showing. And if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones. And if you can't take those, brother, don't throw no.
Oh yes, a pleasant good afternoon. It's 14 minutes past 3 o'clock. This is the OK Afternoon Conversation. We are here up till 6 o'clock this evening. Welcome to the show, from wherever you are joining us.
To give your praise, and all I ask for is longer days. I come to do.
Today is the 27th day of March 2026.
You don't love
Welcome to the program wherever you are following us from or joining us from this afternoon.
and if you live in a glass house, not
Of course, if you're living in a glass house, don't throw stones because surely when the stones are thrown back, they will break the glasses. So yes, this is just a very important piece of, should I say, proverb.
don't throw.
It teaches a lot.
And if you can't take blows, brother,
It's like to say, clean the core in your eyes first before you talk about or you point at someone else's eyes.
if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones.
So I'm sitting here in the stare of Trocon Repo, who does this program every Friday.
Harm no man.
And so I'll be with you up till 6 o'clock this evening. Welcome to the show.
As they would do to you and to every bald head. Respect the Rasta man, cause he's the only man left on creation. And if you live in a glass house, don't throw stones.
So coming up shortly, we'll bring you the commercials here as usual.
Brother, don't throw stones. Said if you live in a glass house, don't.
And of course, like we didn't have the fact check this morning, if we have it, we'll bring it this afternoon. If not, of course, we'll bring you developments from the region, or you want to call it updates from the region, to know what's happening around us, our neighboring countries and other countries in Africa.
But your world would have crumbled. Caught behind.
So right after the commercials, we'll go on OK TV Online to recognize all of you who are following the broadcast this afternoon.
It's a fumble, yeah. And if you live in a glass house, I beg you don't throw.
And of course, we will talk about some, general national issues, speaking to the minds and conscience of our Liberian society, sharing our own view on what we expect our leaders to lead, how we expect our government to govern, and those who are administering critical institutions in the country, what are our expectations of them? We'll touch different sectors of the country.
Illusion, but you never know.
And we'll include a little bit about the issue concerning the mining sector.
There's no hope for those.
Of course, I may not give you maybe data statistics, but we will talk about some of the issues in the mining sector because we believe that these are sectors that are supposed to actually, boom our economy, to help us develop our country. But we see that we are losing these resources, these critical resources to illicit activities. And I heard in a cabinet meeting recently that the government is also considering establishing its own mining company. It sounds good to me. Recently, I was telling someone, I said, but what would it take for us to establish, a mining company, procure these very equipment that companies like B Mountain and other companies are using in the country, and hire the expertise of our Liberian engineers, and some people can even hire some foreign engineers and run a Liberian mining company. What will it take for us to do that? So these are things we'll be talking about after our conversation here. During the course of our conversation, and we will discuss that maybe and take calls up to 5. Yeah, we'll talk about some of these things. Let's talk about our country a little bit. Yes, and we call for general participation among women, the young people, men, elders. Let's talk about our country today. And at 5 o'clock, we'll have as our guest this evening. 5 o'clock this evening, we will have Mr. Abraham Bailey. He is the head of the Agriculture Industrial Training Bureau, the AITB. So he'll be here to talk about some of the work the Bureau is doing, what critical intervention they are making, what are some of the challenges, what are new developments at the Bureau. So we'll talk about all of these things. So that will be from 5 all the way to 6 o'clock right here on the OK Conversation. Thanks to all of you who have joined us here, so we will be glad as we all sail through up to 6 o'clock this evening. The name is Marka Davis. Let's bring you these commercials. Let's go for a commercial break. When we'll come back, more to talk here about our country, Liberia.
I become a vessel for my happiness.
Is your car sick? Is your car having engine problem, wheel alignment, or air conditioning problems? Then here's your solution. Here's the medication for your car. Automed's Garage on Girdle Street, opposite the Old General Ministry, is the right clinic for all your cars. With our local and international professional mechanic, we get your car back in good shape. Automed's Garage. We have a multi-spray booth that leaves your car sparkling, or Car Care Center, CCC, that takes care of your car interior and exterior. We get your car the modern rims and doors handle. Let's just say we pimp your ride. Make your car look modern at Automed's Garage on Girdle Street. We have a professional tire center that change your tire in no time. With our state-of-the-art diagnosing machine, we know exactly what's wrong with your car. No guessing. Our tow service is one of its kind. Tow your car for a reasonable amount if we won't fix your car. And for free if Automeds will service your car. Our prices are unbeatable and our customer service is outstanding. So whatever your cars need, call Automeds Garage on Girdle Street, opposite the Old General Ministry, on 0555-535-307 or 0777-884-077. Automeds Garage. We care for your cars.
I become a vessel for my happiness. I become a vessel for my happiness. We are brave. We are passionate.
Hey, Tanu, I need cash and there is no ATM around here.
Really? Did you try the EcoBank POS?
POS? I said I need cash. What is it about POS?
Judy, you can get your cash through the POS. All you need to do is to visit any EcoBank Express point or petrol trade gas station and request to use the POS. Guess what? It can also take other bank cards.
Oh, widow. You mean cards from banks overseas too?
Yes, it should just be your Visa card.
Wow, great. So when there is no ATM around me, I will just use the POS to get my money fast. EcoBank has made it too easy, man. EcoBank an innovation that will thrive in so.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Your favorite RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas is new and improved with top-notch first-class services guaranteed to make you feel pampered and special as our royal guests. Ideally located on the RI Highway, a few minutes drive from the rehab junction, right in front of the Atlantic Ocean, you are assured of a peaceful, serene atmosphere of a home away from home. The ingredients for our Liberian meals are freshly picked from our garden to give you that unforgettable taste of Liberian cuisine. Our villas are designed and equipped to ensure every night spent with us is a memorable one. We are well positioned to host conferences and seminars of all sizes, as well as outdoor events like garden weddings and parties. Book your upcoming events and leave the rest for us to handle with 100% satisfaction guarantee. You can reach us on 0770-533-415 or email us at reservations@kendejaresort.com.lr. Visit our website on www.rljkendejaresort.com.lr. RLJ Kendeja Resort and Villas, for memories worth repeating.
Sandra, where are you going?
To the next water and sewer office to pay my bills.
But you live not too far from Pinsville City Hall.
Yes, but water and sewer got no office in that area.
Oh, so you don't hear the news yet?
What news?
The Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation has a new cashier center at the Pinsville City Hall where all LWSC bills can be paid daily, Monday to Friday, from 8 in the morning to 5 p.m.
What? So you won't tell me I've been wasting time on this road waiting for back when I could just walk to the Pinsville City Hall to pay my water bills?
Now you know.
Enjoy improved, efficient, and convenient financial services at the new LWSC Cashier Center, recently opened at the Pinsville City Hall for our value customers, mainly people living in the vicinity. For more information, call 0777-464-171, 0886-616-767, 0886-617-200, or our orange call-free number 5972.
We are brave. We are passionate.
Hey, Tanu, I need cash and there is no ATM around here.
Really? Did you try the EcoBank POS?
POS? I said I need cash. What is it about POS?
Judy, you can get your cash through the POS. All you need to do is to visit any EcoBank Express point or petrol trade gas station and request to use the POS. Guess what? It can also take other bank cards.
Oh, widow. You mean cards from banks overseas too?
Yes, it should just be your Visa card.
Wow, great. So when there is no ATM around me, I will just use the POS to get my money fast. EcoBank has made it too easy, man. EcoBank an innovation that will thrive in so.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Oh yes, and guess what? Our Grand Cape Mounts County correspondent Mark Rogers is in the building. Yeah, and yes, Mark Rogers is in the building. If he stays around for some time, I'll bring him on here. I'll bring him on here for us to let's have some conversation about Western Liberia a little bit, some chat, some chat about Western Liberia, what's happening there, what's happening in Grand Cape Mounts County, some of the stories he's been reporting, and that county has been a hub of illicit drug seizure. Let me say seizure. I don't want to 100% say activities because people are just using that place to transit to transit with the illicit drugs. And if you check the record, even from the LDEA, you will come to realize that that area is where most of the major seizures of illicit drugs has been happening in recent times. So yeah, Mark Rogers, we want to say welcome to town, and yes, feel at home. We're hoping that we can link up with you here briefly. Just 15 minutes. We can talk a little bit about Western Liberia, particularly Grand Cape Mount County. But let's see. Those of you who are following the live broadcast, especially on OK TV Online, let's try to recognize some of you right here on the program this afternoon. So Venetia's Junior Bar is following. I don't know that Venetia Bar Junior or like Junior Bar. That's how he wrote it. He's following. We also have Flexible General. He says his name is J. Ansu Coleman, following from Clay District in Bome County. And we also have Achi Topo, who have joined us. He says he's following from the ground of the National Transit Authority, NTA, the people who running the public transport buses. Also, Amos Beto from Beto Island. Yeah. When I used to be at my former workplace, Amos was one of my followers. He always called on my shows, and thanks for joining on this side as well, Amos Beto from the Beto Island. And J. Martin Gofa is also following from Zulu Whiskey. It is so sad that I have not been to Zwedru. I mean, I'm disappointed in myself. I have not been to Zwedru. I just passed through to Town, when we came from Ivory Coast, passed through Town, and then came to Tapela, and then we were in Limba there like that. But I haven't been to Zwedru. It's very sad. I need someone to take me to Zwedru. At least on a Friday, we'll come back on Sunday. I need to go to Zwedru. Yeah, really, really. I don't have any stranger person there that I will go to directly, even though I know Mr. Kruma, Patient Kruma and her husband. I think they run, is it Top FM? Yes, they run one radio station there. Frederick Sirleaf is also following from, he says, good afternoon, my Baptist brother. I'm following you from the traffic. Look, it's not easy in Congo Town. I'm very angry with the director of communications at the Ministry of Education, Reverend J. Maxine Bleaton. Maybe we'll go to the ministerial complex and start in the traffic for nearly 2 hours. What? It's not easy. Eugene Twan Williams is also following from Seclio or Quadro District in Grand Cru County. Maxwell Kendima is also following. He said from his tailor shop here in Bartnersville Estate, last bus stop, listening to the show. Thank you. Osajifo Mohammed J.D. Johnson is following also from Bypass. Vani Gitawe is following as well. Prince Zion has joined us. He said from Marshall City in Lower Margibi County. O.P. O'Neill Johnson is also following, says Marka Davis joined the conversation from Doe community. Say Gonoti is also following. But he's saying his name is Princeton Kezi, following from Marshall City, Margibi County as well. Robert Ngone, one of our regular followers, has also joined us here from Cottontree ABC Mission Community RIA Highway. Patrick Dwe is also following from Fopo District. Where is Fopo District? Is that Sino, Grand Cru, River G? Where is Fopo District? So he's following us from Fopo District. He says, thanks for joining. Please share the show and allow others to follow as well. This is the OK Afternoon Conversation. It runs up till 6 o'clock this evening, and we are here bringing you this edition of the program. Let's and a lot of you who are following, sorry if I can't mention all of the names because of time, but you are highly appreciated for always, burning data to follow us online. It is very important, and you are highly respected and appreciated. We also appreciate our silent listeners, those who do not make comment, those who do not call during the call-in segments. We We appreciate you as well. You are special. Thurston Keda is following from Limba County, Nengbei Town. Nengbei. This is where Caroline and Trocon Nengbei. And they we also have Joseph Bole Ndebe following. He says he's listening from Jalatown. Woki Davis also following. Mount Teresa Son is following from Mamba Point as well. But let's see what are some of the issues happening in the region. This is the OK Conversation. So let's go to Southern Africa, especially in South Africa, where the president, Cyril Ramaphosa, has downplayed reports that his invitation to the forthcoming G7 summit in France has been withdrawn, saying non-attendance by a country without a bloc should surprise no one. Reports on Thursday claimed the U.S. had put huge pressure on France to rescind Ramaphosa's invitation to the summit scheduled for June. They claimed U.S. President Donald Trump had threatened to boycott the summit if the South African leader attended. The invitation to the G7 does not mean that you are being snubbed if you are not invited or you are being ignored, said Ramaphosa. France has, however, denied yielding to any U.S. pressure, saying it had decided to invite Kenya this time. France, which holds the presidency of the Group of Seven industrialized nations, said on Thursday it will host leaders from South Korea and 3 other non-member countries, India, Brazil, and Kenya, at its annual summit in Avian-les-Bains. It said the invitations were part of efforts to correct global economic imbalances. A South African official said on Thursday it had been excluded from the summit after initially being invited, citing sustained pressure from the U.S. Quote, they couldn't risk mixing a key member of G7 hands the withdrawal of their invitation, which President Emmanuel Macron personally extended to President Ramaphosa last year during a G20 meeting here in Johannesburg, said Vincent Mawanya, the presidency spokesperson. But a few hours later, Ramaphosa said that according to his information, there had been no pressure from any country. So many countries around the world don't get invited to the G7, and we are not a member. When we do go, we are invited, and we take a message there, said Ramaphosa, who has previously attended several G7 summits as a guest of the host nation. He added that South Africa had not attended every G7 summit and that if they do not attend the June summit, it should come as no surprise to anyone. And finally, on Valentine's Day, Joy Kalike says she received a call from a friend who sounded really worried. She told her to check social media because someone had posted a video of her. The clip shows Kalike, then a 19-year-old student, standing on her own by the side of a Pulse Road in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi. Looking down at her phone, whoever is filming walks towards her and says, "Hi, I like how you look." It was an encounter she had forgotten all about. And I realized, it's this Russian guy that I met last year. She told the BBC World Service after watching the video, she understood that he had been recording her. Kaliki features in one of the several videos posted online showing a man approaching women in Kenya and Ghana who don't appear to know they are being filmed. He touches their hair, holds their hands, asks for their numbers, and to meet up with him later. The women are victims of a global trend where men with hidden cameras film interactions without their consent and publish the videos online, sometimes amassing millions of views. Some of the creators of the videos earn money by posting them on social media platforms or profit by selling guards which claim to help men approach women. There has been outrage among activists and politicians in both Kenya and Ghana calling for the man who says in the videos he is from Russia to be arrested. But online, the women have also been blamed, ridiculed, and abused. It's like being a celebrity, but not in such a good way, she says. This public creation, says Brenda Yombo, legal counsel at the Federation of Women Lawyers in Kenya, reinforces harmful gender stereotypes and shifts the blame to the victims. Instead of focusing on the wrongdoing, the non-consensual recording and distribution of the clips, society scrutinizes the women's behaviors. She said, well, I just wanted to bring that piece from this social media perspective. A lot of things are happening on the social media, and sometimes but in Liberia, I can tell you for a fact, the people, all the bloggers can ask them questions. They can put a camera on. They can know very well they're on camera. They can ask them to do 360. They will do the 360. They will ask them their body count. They will give their body count. They will ask them if any man can contact you from the video. They will gladly call their number. And then, the social media age is not easy, Yeah, sometimes I feel like it is very terrible for our young children, So this Russian guy was, I don't know whether it is content that he was doing. He would just walk to a lady. He has this camera that is on, and it's a kind of hidden camera. You will not see it, whether it is from the glasses they're wearing or placed on some part of their bodies. Just come talk to you. Oh, how are you? What's your name? You are beautiful. Can I be friend? They're doing all of that and recording at the same time, asking for your number and all of that. They will even tell you, can we meet for, a date or, dinner or something like that and all of that. At the end of the day, they are getting huge followers on, most of these people, their accounts are monetized. So at the end of the day, the kind of viewers they get from it, anything social about, a man and a woman interaction, a lot of people will follow, they want to see the trend, why it looks like and all of that. So people will be liking, people will be commenting, and a lot of people will view it. So at the end of the day, if an account is monetized, that means that account holder is making money out of these videos. So, and at the same time, and I know sometimes when some of these women see themselves in the videos, they see, oh yes, I'm on the world stage and like that. But at the end of the day, you don't know the motive and all of these things happening. So people in Kenya now are raising concerns about these things, and activists in Kenya and Ghana are calling for the arrest of that Russian man who was doing these videos and who has been posting them, and they believe bringing the women to the public without their consent and all of that. I mean, that is what it is. But in Liberia, our own Ghana and Kenya, we won't allow our own, yeah. They just can go over the camera, they play the camera, they be asking for body count, they be asking for size and all that kind of thing then, But that's what it is. That's what it is. So can Mark Rogers just walk in here? Let's chat a little bit. Yes, that might come in. Let's chat a little bit. This is the OK conversation. We have time to talk other things. I just want to chat with Mark a little bit because I don't know his schedules. Yes, I don't know his schedules. So let's chat a little bit. We'll talk about some of these national issues that I talked about earlier. And then, yes, we have We have from now to 4 o'clock, so we'll have interactions. At 5 o'clock, we'll have Abraham Bailey here from the Agriculture Training Bureau. Yeah. So he will be here to talk more about that institution. But let's hear some stories, some things from Grand Cape Mount County. And let me, in this public manner, appreciate Mark Rogers. I think his reports over the years have been balanced, very people-centered, human interest stories, issues affecting the population in that part of Liberia. And I think we appreciate him, and OKFM is lucky to have him as our correspondent. So let's take the camera to the the veteran Mark Rogers. Mark, it's great to have you, man.
Thank you, Marka. Thanks for having me.
So you're not a guest, you're not a stranger. You are home, and we are just chatting a little bit.
Yeah, thank you again, and I to register. I'm home and I feel relaxed.
Exactly. So how is Grand Cape Mount County, and what brought you to town when others are going to Cape Mount today? I mean, to start with the Pasajama festival actually.
Surely, I'm in town because I serve as administrator of the radio station, Radio Cape Mount, and one of our colleagues who is our program director, Orange Liberia, supposed to be having the election, climax of the election this evening at 6 o'clock at their office on 16th Street. So he being one person who been contesting, part of those that are contesting for the best presenter of the Orange program.
Okay.
So I cannot leave him alone as an administrator of the station. I decided to follow him.
Okay,
so that
to accompany him to the
yes,
program. Okay.
Yes, because I'm too sure that he's going to win the process.
Okay. Yes, we wish him all the best.
Thank you.
Yes, we wish him all the best. Well, how is Grand Cape Mount?
Well, Cape Mount is relatively good, and as we speak this weekend, you started also talking about the Basajamba Festival, so you will notice that bulk of the Cape Martinians are leaving Mosoralo County. They are going to Rabosport. Now their buses at Rare Hayfield, trying to carry people from Morovia.
The economy will be good this weekend.
Yes, especially for those residing in
Rabosport.
Yes. So, most especially, what happened in Cape Mount, I was yesterday in Tiwa District, and we noticed about a lot of eliciting. Just imagine, February 19 last month, there was a arrest of 480 cartons of tramadol. We heard about that with the amount of 250,000 United States dollars. But only 150,000 have been reported so far. The 100,000 is still in limbo.
It is 150,000 that the authorities are reporting.
Yes, but
and there are people who are aware that it was actually 250,000, including members of the media.
Sure, we are quite aware. Even at John Secretary at the border, they are aware that it was 250,000. So of yesterday around about 10 minutes after 4 o'clock, there was another arrest made. With a huge amount of United States dollars, over 1 million plus United States dollars, and all eyes were on it because from what they observed from the past time. So this time around, all of the security were in tight. Those guys were checking that money up to 12 a.m. this morning, and luckily this afternoon, the money was brought to Morovia, escorted by the LDA, the LRA, and the rest of the security apparatus. You all brought that money to Morovia. So as we speak, the money is currently in Morovia. It's almost like the money in the balls, the mini balls that the money was found in with the drugs, all were transported to Morovia this afternoon. Between 12 to 1, they arrived in Morovia.
Wow. You mean the latest one?
Yeah, the latest one, the one that were arrested just yesterday.
So I know I cannot ask you about other border counties, but why you think this proliferation of illicit drugs, let me just call it transit, because they are actually just using that place to pass through and carry it to wherever they are carrying it. Why is it rampant in Grand Cape Mount?
Well, Marka, Cape Mount is much closer to neighboring Sierra Leone with over 52 crossing points. 52 crossing points, and among the 52 crossing points, you only notice the presence of security apparatus only at 4 of these crossing points. The remaining ones are vulnerable. So it tells you that, especially this is the dry season, easy transit from people coming from all over. So it's just rampant, and government really need to do more. And the security, those are around the border, do not have even transportation to move around to police the community, the illicit area that the guys are using. But this one is common, like Young Island, Bowolosa, Manariwanga Congo, and Gangama. These are the 4 crossing points you notice that the presence of security, but the rest is just vulnerable. People come in at any time at their will.
Wow, I mean, this is really sad because like almost every week there is a report from Cape Mount about illicit, drug either being seized or somebody being arrested, and some with huge sum of money too.
Yes, this is of recent money beginning to come in.
Yeah.
It's of recent, from February 19, it was the first arrest, 250,000, 150,000 were reported. So just on Wednesday, the commander, the newly assigned commander to the county DA commander, he been undergoing investigation actually from the NSA and that of the LDA. So it was just Wednesday he returned, and he went actually on a keke, and he got down to Murphy Bridge and got a motorbike and went to Bowolosa just Wednesday, and yesterday this arrests were made. So it's just something I don't really know what's going on.
So besides the transit issue, let's talk about drug abuse in Cape Mount itself. How is it like? Because in Monserrato we see the rate of people, especially youth, in drug abuse and all of that. Is it the same thing in Cape Mount? Considering that every time there's seizure in that area, tell us something about that.
At a time when the president came down with the mandate, he tried to seize a little bit, but it is resurfacing, like Lofa Bridge. You go to Gondostam, you go to Manariwa, Congo. It is getting on the rampant. Go to Kinjo. These are areas people are having their own area of operation. LDA started doing something, but it is getting on the rampant on a daily note, because when it started, there was a fear where the traditional people, they were all involved, but when they started going on the otherwise, now the county superintendent fully Kiatama told the people that in the urban area nobody should carry the traditional activities. So people just got afraid, and now people are resurfacing with the issue of drugs and substance abuse in the community.
Okay. Well, we wish the DEA the best in that part of the country. I think as they are reinforcing, security activities at the borders on that side, they can do so at other bordering counties too, to see what's happening. Because what is coming from out of the borders around Cape Mount, it could be most likely that these things are entering from other counties freely without, these kind of confiscations and all of that.
Sure, that's what's happening. And like you asked a question yesterday, we were also in Tianjin. There was a mass gathering of retirees, and we had over 50 of them yesterday. They were assembled by a group calling themselves all
Retired Citizen Association of Liberia.
All Retired Citizen Association of Liberia, headed by Reverend Kafa BTA. So the team visited Cape Mount yesterday. They held a meeting with the citizens, and the citizens, those have been retired. Some of them work for over 44. Some of them work for over 30 years. And now they are complaining that what they are taking as a retirement benefit, 7,000 monthly, sometimes transporting themselves from places for no Genemana coming to, they have already exhausted that amount. So they are appealing to their lawmakers for a legislation that will seek the interest of the retiree. At least there should be some amendment in the retirement benefit, rather than just what they are taking home at 7,000, or some people taking 8,000. So these are all calls made by these retirees yesterday, and Reverend Kafat here talked about it that they are going to make sure that they champion the cause for their request, and they will make sure they will visit the NASCOP and other agencies responsible for these things so that their interest can be fed.
Okay, you've been reporting on this Rabasport Medina Road. What is the latest?
As we speak, the project is at a complete standstill. There's nothing absolutely going on. The workers left the road, and their appeal, their requests have been that the management, the SSF company owing them over 5 months, they are not being paid. The Ministry of Public Works gone there and they have done some discussion, but nothing have come to actuality. So right now the work is at a standstill. And considering the level of work that have been done, they have done the work from Robert Sports, and they have not even reached solely to the first time before reaching to Robert Sport, that is Tulsa. They have just passed the prison compound, the Robert Sport Central Prison Compound, and coming towards where the Ministry of Education have their sub-office Tulsa there where they are. So they still have a lot to do. The fear now is that we are in the rainy season, almost approaching the rainy season. If nothing is done, really, that road might be a little bit terrible, especially coming from the main route from Medina entering into Rawalsburg. But for the city limit, now it's quota. Alpha pavement is done, but much more need to be done because that project is long overdue from the tenure of Madam Seli's second tenure up to President George. We are first tenure up to President. That road is at that stage. It still need much to be
Is there
done.
any reason in the county why that road is delayed like that?
Well, people, from what we understood, is that come 2029, that road should be completed. But with the slow pace that we are seeing, talking about disbursement of money to carry on the project, these are all factors people are complaining about, that government need to remit some money to the contractors. This is what they are saying. But howbeit, the Public Works Ministry engineers are there. We kept asking them some questions. They are not being able to give us detail as to what is the delay to the project up to present.
Okay, I know I'm holding you for long, but don't worry. Yeah, I know you're a radio man, so let's talk a little bit about this petroleum price, transportation fare. How is it affecting people in Cape Mount? Your colleague, our correspondent in Margibi, reported that it is a huge problem in Margibi right now. In fact, the petroleum price in Monrovia is not even the same as in Margibi County, because in some places they are selling gasoline 1,200, 1,250 and all of that. And so the transportation fare is also being increased and people are, suffering.
It is not only unique to that of Margibi, Cape Mount also, and this is a global stuff that we all are affected by. So for Cape Mount, initially from Buwolosa coming strictly to Monrovia, it used to be between $1,200. So now people are paying 1,500 Liberian dollars strictly from Buwolosa to Monrovia on a taxi.
Okay.
So from Tierney is 1,003. We from Sinje, we are paying $1,100, and sometimes if you are a quintal with a driver, sometimes you pay $1,000. But initially from Sinje, from Douala to Sinje, we were paying $800. So additional $300 been added. And for the gasoline price, like Sinje, it is sold for now. It is now sold for $900. So beyond Sinje, going to Buwolosa is 1,100 in between there. But places like Mana River Congo, Mana River Congo is much expensive and that of Lofa Bridge because they are far off in the quota.
Okay.
So the prices vary in the community as we speak.
Okay, I mean that's fair. Thank you. That's fair. How are the people in Cape Mount? How do they appreciate the work of the local media in the county? I know there are these, community radio stations, people like you dedicated to providing education, providing information, entertainment to the population. You realize that when you are in a particular area, the people just want to listen to their own station. Even if ELBC can reach there, any radio station can reach there, their first, priority is to listen to their own local station, because they will first know what is happening around them, and then they will listen to national issues. So how are they appreciating the work of the media in the county?
Well, at a higher esteem, the people in Cape Mount, right now we only have PISO, we have Radio Cape Mount, and D1 Radio. Mawune is still struggling to come on because almost we're talking about close to 10 years now. Mawune got burned, and they are still facing some challenges to come on. Of recent, they were given a 500 watts transmitter, last 5,000 watt transmitter that was given by BM Mountain, but the technician went there and said that transmitter is too heavy for that community. So they are thinking about getting at least 2,000 watt transmitter to have it on. But our people in Cape Mount, they highly appreciate the radio station that operating in Cape Mount, because we gave more time to their community activities, and people make use of it, talk shows and other things to go there. And ELBC is the one that they relay most often in the country. If we monitoring either online, there are news programs sometimes, but most of the time the ELBC people monitor, especially when they are relaying their ELBC 7 o'clock news and 7 o'clock news in the morning, and that of the 7 o'clock news in the evening. That's all. But for the local radio, is highly monitored by our people in Cape Mount.
The economy of the media, how are you people surviving in that part of the country?
It is very difficult, my dear brother. It's not something easy, especially where this drawdown of the dollar fund, especially the UC project. We were surviving mostly on the UC project. There were a lot of activities, jingles and other things, but the only means of surviving now is other announcement, and even that it is not forthcoming. And you also consider one talk show, and even the talk show, when the rate card you have, when you tell the president this is why the rate card speaks about maybe 1 hour, 30 minutes or 45 minutes, they will bring you down. So it is very difficult, and sometimes we can go for almost over 5 to 6 months, nobody getting a dime to even compensate workers over there. So it's a serious challenge for all of us over there.
So if you are asked to make recommendation in order for these community radio stations to survive, what would be your recommendation? What will you be, if it is an appeal, in fact, what would it be to national government?
Marka, we overheard there was a legislation about community radio station inclusion on the national budget. We are still yet to know whether that was taken into consideration or it has been passed. But the community radio station play a key role and play a very vital role, especially in the communities where we are. In all of the counties where community radios are, the survivability of the radio station is very serious, and we also want our lawmakers, our leaders, to actually look into that direction. There be money. There be money that will be placed in a budget, that at least annually there should be some allotment given to the community radio station, because they buttress the effort of government, they spread information policy coming from national government, and they are easily accessible in the community than even national radio that can just easily reach to some of the communities. So there's a need that they also be included in the national budget. Sometimes we benefit from county development fund. Like last year, there were a resolution passed in October, and for Radio Cape Mount, that I am administrator at that radio station. Since the passage of that resolution, we are yet they allotted $8,500 US. Up to present, we have yet to get that money, and sometimes
not even a part of it.
Not a dime. We have not getting that money. And it is the only money that was disbursed. It was the 100,000 that was given for county sport meet. But from that time up to present, all of the areas that allotment was made, they are here to get that money, and we actually don't know what is happening. And if they give allotment for one time, that one time will run for almost 1 year, and sometimes there's a county setting that go for 2 times. And if they give you $8,000, that $8,000 up to now we are not getting it, and we don't actually know what is the hold on, and when are they going to have another county setting.
Are you guys asking questions to the relevant people?
We ask questions, and nobody seems to say anything. It just serious for the operation of our county radio.
Okay, well, okay. So I don't know why is Clarence calling, but maybe you can take a break and come back.
Okay.
Yeah, take a break and come back, and you will make your final, comments. Yeah, talk to your manager. Talk to your manager and come back. Well, so he's not actually a guest. Mark Rogers is the man you always hearing on the news. He is our Grand Cayman County correspondent. We've been talking about very important issue. Normally when somebody correspondents come in town, it is very important for us to hear from them firsthand what is happening in the counties, and that's exactly what we are doing here with Mark Rogers. So yeah, you will come and close. But like I was saying, there are a lot of important issues that we have to talk about. We the media people, we talk about the interest of the country. I know nobody is perfect. The issue of corruption. This is a song we've been hearing even when we were little children coming up. That song is still being sung in the country. Okay? People are still singing that song in this country until we are where we are today. Our children are also hearing that song. If these things were not real, the song would have died long time. So it proved to the young people that, and people who sit in the corridors of power are the ones that you see living good life, living better lives. So at the end of the day, people will just believe that when people get government job, they corrupt and live better life. So it also, another portion of it is that the way the politicians run the politics, they are making the young people in the country to not be competitive in terms of professional career. They are making the young people to believe that once you support a popular politician and you are a good battle crier and you have the thick skin to attack anybody who attack that person that you are supporting, and at the end of the day, if that person is successful to win an election, you have a job. They will either make some kind of recommendation to you to one ministry or agency, you get a job, or they will have you in their office and you got a salary. So they are not making the young people professionally competitive, but they are making them to be, praise singers, so that it is making the young people to believe that that's the only way. So that's why you see most young people now are aligning with political figures. If you go to their social media pages, they are either defending one politician or they are battling another politician for their interest. This is not how we can go. But Mark is back. Let's conclude. We will just take your parting comments. You have provided very important information from the county to our people, and it is very important. Like I was saying, whenever the opportunity is there that any of the correspondents come on base, it is good for us to talk to them and hear directly from what is happening in the county. So yes, to conclude with, I know you make your parting comments, but you talk about the radio station issue, you talk about the need for government to see how they can compensate media institutions, especially the community radio stations, whether it's by direct budget support or subsidies going to these stations so that they can be able to run. One serious thing you mentioned again that touched a lot of people who are following is that there was a county council sitting, a resolution drew $8,000 allotted to a radio station. Was it a radio station or the entire community radio setting?
8,000 to each of the radio stations, like for Piso and Radio Cape Mount, 8,005, and for D1 and Mawunet, they allotted something like 5,000 to each of the radio stations, but up to present, we haven't received this money.
It is very sad. So it is very, very sad. So I mean, these are very important points, and we hope that they will be amplified, whether through our news programs and other things, so that people will actually know their responsibility.
Sure.
Yeah. So yes, just a minute or two in your parting comments.
Yeah, as I'm leaving, sometimes we feel so embarrassed, especially our people. They are challenged. Of recent, I spoke about a bridge linking the 30 towns around Gonzodua, and the people are the rigs be affected by the rainy season. So they continue to complain about that bridge. The Public Works Ministry visited there, and up to present, no vehicle passing on that bridge, only motorbike. Even if you are riding on motorbike, if you trust your life, that's the only way you remain on the bike. But if somebody who really believes something, you will allow them to put you down. But the bridge has become a death trap, and this they continue making this call to the local leaders and even the county administration. Disappointing the people went for county setting. They saw all of these bridges, and none were captured in their county setting. So this is something.
So what do they spend the county money on? Just for salaries?
Well, there are allotment made for project, and sometimes when you look at the project, they have their own vital interest in some of the project. They have their own company they hire that's supposed to do the project for a kickback. So all these things are very common in the community, and this is where the people feel disappointed. The money is generated mainly for the upkeep of the county, but it is not really going down well with the citizen. People feel dissatisfied the moment you talk about it, then somebody tell you that, oh, you are envying them because they are in position. It's not about envy. The money is intended to benefit the local community, but if the community is not benefiting, the people cry foul. And Marka, one last thing before I leave.
Yeah.
Cape Town is sitting on a very strong money. As we speak, Bear Mountain gave Cape Town annually. They gave money. We have 2.5 billion United States dollars in Grand Cape Mount County account, and the people are still suffering.
You mean million? You mean
million? Yes.
Okay.
It's in the county account from the tenure of from the tenure of Senator Vulnerable to Nabil Sherman up to present. People cannot access that money because of individual differences. So it's a challenge to the people of Cape Town. The money is supposed to be given for the people to carry on development in the country, but because of few person interest, that money is still in the extra account. It cannot get to the people. So these are all challenges the people are faced with in Cape Town. They have talked, and nobody seems to listen to them. So it's good that we are on the platform so that other Cape Townians in Monserrado and other parts of the world, they will know that there is something happening in Cape Town. And I hope that they want Cape Town Basajama stuff they are going to Rabat, so they will be able to address some serious they will be able to talk about some of this, because you can't be having multi-million dollar company in Cape Town, and yesterday the country is underdeveloped. You can't see anything much happening in the country. We have money, only a few persons are holding fast to the disbursement of the money. Is a challenge to us. So I hope they will be able to talk about it and come up with a solution that we can get the money to start doing something good for our people in the country.
So your hope is that festival that is going on this weekend, it will not just be about the social activities part of it. They should use it to address some of the key issues in the country.
And that's what our thought is. And that's why we are thinking that they will be able to discuss this thing, so that at the end of the day, it shouldn't just be about merrymaking. It's good that these things should have been held before, but when the fast more came, they suspended it, and now the fast more ended. So everyone going to Robertsport, and I hope they have agenda. they will be able to discuss and come up with a resolution how to achieve those things that they will arrive at that gathering. It shouldn't just be merry-making, form fed, but it should be something at the end of the day. Let everyone get to know that indeed our assembly in Robertsport a yield fruit, and not just on document, but it should impact the communities that have been affected in Grand Cape Mount County.
Okay, so I mean, this festival, is this something that happens annually?
Well, this is the first of a kind, especially this one going to Robertsport. Before the county meet, there were similar things here in Ralo County where they were fundraising here for the support of the county team in after they have taken transit from the preliminary march and they came to Morovia. So for Cape Mount, this is the very first of a kind going to Robertsport, as my member can serve me as a reporter in Cape Mount.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, thank you, Marka. Thank you for having me. And we are always available when we are around. At least once in a while, we're popping.
Yeah.
At least to give our thoughts from our county, because our people depend on us, and most of the time they follow up when we are reporting. And many times from our presentation on OKFM, we feel proud. Most of the time, people listen to Cape Mount, they're getting sensitive information coming from Cape Mount. And let me also appreciate management. They are doing extremely well. At least almost every day, they highlight information from Cape Mount. Thank you for having me.
Okay, Mark Rogers, our colleague and Grand Cape Mount County correspondent, OKFM, is on base, so we thought to have some chat with him. That was very, very important. I think he provided a lot of information from the county, leading from the issue of illicit drugs activities to challenges facing the community radio stations in the county. Also talk about, poor management by county authority, focusing only on individuals' interests and not the interests of the majority of the people in Grand Cape Mount County. These are very critical and important issues. He also mentioned that this big Pasajama festival that is happening this weekend should not only be about the fun fair and the merrymaking, it should also consider discussing some of the critical issues affecting Grand Cape Mount County. So thanks ever so much. Mark is a veteran, for a matter of fact. Mark is a veteran, so you even listen to his line of discussions. They are very, 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 very great. So thank you so much. So let's come back now and talk a little bit about this issue, and we'll open the line. Like I was saying, so some of the young people believe that in order for you to get a job, 100% doesn't depend on being maybe qualified, being a professional person, being competitive, being competent. It's mostly about being a good praise singer. And we cannot build this country like this. We can't build this country like this. I know that's why sometimes I argue with someone on my platform one time. When I try to argue this thing they call, political reward is not in heaven, it's on earth. Okay? It's on earth. So in my mind, people join political party because there are a lot of political parties in the country. And these political parties have their manifestos. They have, especially during election time, they have their platforms. These political parties, when they were crafted, they crafted vision and mission. So the vision and mission and the manifesto contains the ideologies the party stands for. So as someone who wants to join a political party, you review the manifesto, you review the mission statement, the vision statement of the party, and you think as a Liberian, the Liberian that you envision in your mind, the kind of Liberia you want to see in the course of 6 years, 10 years, you can see it, or you can visualize it in the party's manifesto. You can envision it. You can feed it in the party's vision and mission statement. And then you can make up your mind and say, well, this party aligns, or their vision and mission aligns with my ideals, my thought process, and my belief in my country, Liberia. So I'm going to join this party. And you will join our party, and you will work as a patriotic citizen and a loyal partisan to promote the interests of the party, to promote while you while you are doing other private things, when there's time for political party time, you show your loyalty. And if that party is fortunate to win, if you are called upon to work, that means it is because of your expertise, because of your qualification, your competence, and also your vision, which aligns with the ideology of the political party. It should not be because, that we the one were in the trenches, that we the one were walking in the water in September. We the one, we're on the county campaign tour. We the one did. So, in my mind, if the party wins, it means your dream is accomplished because that vision you saw in the party's manifesto, that mission statement you saw, and the ideologies which aligns with what you think about Liberia is about to be realized. It necessarily don't have to be realized with your presence in government. With your presence in government. So, it should not be because I am a member of the party. So at the end of the day, you made Liberia look like a market. So we are selling Liberia to these political parties so they can share the profit. If you say political reward is not in heaven, it's on earth, as long as I'm a member of the party and one day I went on a campaign tour to District 4 or District 9 to go and campaign, they must give me job. If they not give me job, I will be on social media and be bad-mouthing the country and be bad-mouthing the leaders and be bad-mouthing the government because they not giving me job because I campaign. It means that if that's the ideology that we will be going by, it means that every election time we are selling the country to a political party so they can share the profit. That's what it says to me. So at the end of the day, you are making the young people not to be professionally competitive because all they have to do is just say now election time reach, go pledge your support to one either candidate or a political party, campaign. Anybody that talk to that party, excuse my words, curse them online. Use insults on them online. When you go on the radio station, say anything negative, tarnish people's reputation, tint people's characters. And then when I win, I will give you a job. Whether you don't have any area of expertise for getting, my man will give you a job. So this has made government ineffective. Why am I saying so? If you go to some government institutions, an office that is supposed to be occupied just by maybe 4 persons who are competitive, who are competent, who are qualified, just 4 persons who are supposed to work there and make this office to work. If you go there, you see 21 human beings sitting there in our office. Tell me for heaven's sake, office that's supposed to be for 4, 5, 6 persons, you get 21 human beings. What are they doing there? What are they doing there? So, they kind of politicking. It only burdens the government with the wage bill. It creates ineffectiveness in governance. Because if that just to say that okay, I have a newsroom here and edit the news that Choco and I can do, then if for example now you go and bring another 6 editors, 6 editors to consider to edit that 45-minute news, you bring 6 editors, you add it to Choco and I with 8 editors in our one newsroom. You will not get effectiveness because you know what? In the first place, I will be depending on maybe Choco will edit, maybe the other person will edit, so you will not be effective. That's the same thing happening in the government system. In the government office that's supposed to have just 4 effective people working, you put 16 human beings there. You go to one procurement department, you get 30 human beings at one procurement. What are they doing there? What are they doing there? Okay, so we use political campaign, we use politics as means of creating jobs for people. And at the end of the day, people don't have to be competitive to have job. All you have to be is, just be somebody who is brave to drag good people in the mud in the name of politics, tarnish the character and reputations of people only because they are not your interest, and you want to impress your own political godfather so that tomorrow you get job. If we continue with this thing, we'll continue to run in an ineffective government that cannot deliver much. That cannot deliver much. And that's what we are doing. I remember one time, I can't remember the year exactly, but Ellen said, I think it was when she won the second term or her first term, she said she wanted to run a small and effective government. So other people start saying, so what are you trying to do? Are you trying to cut off some of the ministries? Are you trying to cut off some of the agencies? So these are some of the issues we are talking about. Look, for example, I always like to show the National Disaster Management Agency as an example. Not that I hate anybody that is working there. Between you and myself, what is that agency doing in Liberia here? When it comes to disaster prevention, when it comes to disaster response, when it comes to disaster management, what is the National Disaster Management Agency doing in this country? So are we just creating institutions just to accommodate people in government? Is that what it is? You created these institutions by law. Yeah, the laws are on the book, but the practical implementation of the laws or of these duties and mandates, you can see it. You can see it. Now, reading season will be coming. The National Disaster Management will not have any form of public awareness mechanism in place to tell people what to do to prevent flooding in certain communities. They will not do it. And if flooding comes overnight, you can't even call them and say, so just forget it. Your mattress, if you're not careful, your baby, water will carry them. Then when you finish, you will not see them. At the end of the day, people will say, oh, water enter our house, they carry our mattresses, the lawmaker didn't come. And you see what we have done in this country? We have also contributed to making the lawmakers, if they are corrupt, to make them corrupt. If the lawmakers are corrupt, then we, the ordinary people, are helping to make them corrupt too. Because there are government institutions established to perform certain duties and functions in the country. We take these duties and functions and place them on the lawmakers. And I can say for a fact, the way when you go to an office of a lawmaker, you see people trooping there. I know they will say, oh yeah, but our district representative, and we don't want to get any job, so we're supposed to go to them. You can't go to a minister office and see that kind of thing. You can go to a director general office and see these kind of things. So we take the function of these government institutions that we establish and put it on the lawmakers. So like I was saying, if there's a flooding in a community, the first thing you will hear the people saying, oh, water enter our house and spoil our thing, our lawmaker in Kenya, we're not voting for that one again. That's what they will tell you. So why did we establish the National Disaster Management Agency? Now, I can even talk about the National Fire Service. In past years, the National Fire Service has just been placed where people go sit down there, they take pay. Nothing was happening. Your husband will burn Jesus can. You can't do anything. Okay? You can't do anything. They were there, one fire truck for a country of over 5 million people. Today, as we speak, tell me, do we have fire station in Banga, the most central capital city in the country? Do we have fire station there? Why do we establish these government institutions if we know we cannot raise money to fund them? Why do we establish them? If we can raise money to fund them, you have a city like Banga with no fire truck, no fire station, nothing. Then you say National Fire Service. Liberia National Fire Service. It is not about people who are occupying the positions right now. They are even trying. I know some of them, they are embarrassed when they go on the internet and see a whole building burning and they can't do anything about it. They see where the community people can be watching these buildings burning and they can't do anything. They can just put their hands on their chest and say, hey God, it's too sad, man, that how the fire service director general can be lying down when you look on internet and see somewhere burning, you put your hand on your chest and say, hey God, it's too sad, man. Because you can't do anything about it. I know in recent times you are trying to be proactive. There were procurement of some fire trucks or engine, if you want to call it, and other thing. In recent time, when we see fire incident, we can see you're running, going. Yes, fine. But that is Monrovia. Monrovia is not Liberia. See what happened in Banga recently? Businesses got destroyed because there is no response. Why do we establish public institutions? Is it just for the purpose of giving job to the people who will tell our own say during elections? We have to be serious as a country. So I listened to the president during the recent cabinet meeting, and he was telling them the little thing you're doing is making impact. You should not mind the noise that people are making. I don't know what maybe other people appreciate the president's comment. But the little you are making, Mr. President, is not enough. The little they are doing that you are saying they should just go ahead and do the little they are doing is making impact. They should not listen to the noise. This noise is important. Because even you in opposition, you made the same noise. So if you say you are running a government of inclusion, it means you will be including other people's opinions in the decision you make as head of state, as head of the government. So you cannot refer to people's opinions when they criticize certain things your officials are doing. You refer to it as noise. You're not listening. The little thing you're doing is making impact. These are not noise. These are opinions from the Liberian people who went to the ballot to elect the government you have before you could have the power to appoint these cabinet members. So a government of inclusion will include the opinions of the people in the running of the government. So I don't think you should refer to criticism as noise. Yes, I don't think you should refer to it as noise. I remember your former boss, Ellen, called people noisy minority here, and it was a problem. Yeah, you go in there small, maybe 1 or 2 years from now, you soon call people noisy minority. Or maybe you refer to them as noisy majority if the noise is louder. So we must be serious as a country, as a government, people in position as to what we can do. I listened to a story that we aired here, and I heard the labor minister saying, since LAC, the Liberia Agricultural Company, was established, all the expats, all the foreign workers there, they've never paid for work permit before. Imagine. Foreign workers at LAC never paid for work permit before. I heard the labor minister said that. So where has the ministry been? Why? These things have not been happening. So if we want to run a country and develop this country, we have to limit the level at which we do politics. Because the way you do politics is that you are just hunting for power. It's that you are just hunting for power. Once you get your power, it is fine. Once you get your power, it is fine. So, I mean, it is a problem. And I think we should all be discussing these things. They are not noise. Anybody who say that noise, they are not noise. I don't agree with that person. If the president say criticisms are noise, I will not agree. They are not noise. A government of inclusion will also include the opinions of other people, whether in opposition, whether civil society actors. You will include their opinions in your decision making in order to run the country. But one thing I am eyeing keenly that is developing gradually, and I remember I mentioned this thing one time in passing. I did not make it a topical issue to bring it to the public, but in passing I said, what will it take for the government to establish a gold mining company? What will it take for the government to establish an iron ore mining company, for example? So why will it take the government to do that? Again, I know other people will bring different arguments. If you establish that company, you put Liberians in charge, again, they will be doing corruption. They will say that. But still, we have anti-graft institutions in the country. They should do their work as well. So we went about, I've talked a lot of things, establishing reckless institutions that cannot perform the functions and duties given to them in the act that created them. These are some of the critical issues. Whether they are just meant to give jobs to people. Because election time, plenty of people can campaign for you. So institution should be there so you put your campaign people in job. At the end of the day, we wipe all of the budget to pay people. So we were bragging last year, December, about passing a budget of 1.2 billion. I mean, what would be the true impact? Because at the end of the day, the wage bill will go, I mean, the wage bill went up. Allotment to BB offices increased. Some increased. I think to the deputy speaker of it, the speaker of it, the president of it, all these offices. So we continue to raise money and share it. That's how I would say. So it is difficult for us to do tangible development as a country. The only way we can do tangible development is one of the big countries who can bring the concessions in the country. That's why sometimes you see it is difficult for certain concessions to be denied. And even the conditions these people can put in the concession agreement, our lawmakers can be forced to pass it with these conditions in it. And that's why you see some of the concession companies where they operate, they don't take seriously that social corporate responsibility because they believe that at the end of the day, when we're crafting our budget, we'll go big name for budget support. We will go big now to give us equipment for our medical facilities. When we want to build new hospital, we will go big their country. So at the end of the day, they can't be bringing our concession here. Then we say, we not agree with the other condition. Who are you to not agree? You who can feed yourself that you will not agree with my conditions? These are some of the issues that are happening with the country. And we should be blunt and bold about that. If we want to change this country, we should bring on board practical leadership. We should bring on board practical leadership. They kick back thing you're doing all over the place. Anybody you get contract to, small team will come back. At the end of the day, because when you give somebody contract and take kickback from them, that person know it just say, I can't take the contract serious because you can't do anything. You try me, I will tell the people say you took kickback from me. At the end of the day, you can't do effective oversight over that project because you have compromised that project. Now, people, that's the country we're running that area. So we said down here we're making the other noise. You take the sense from in it and leave the none. If it are nonsense, you take the sense and leave the none. It will be very important. So that issue about establishing Liberia Mining Company, the Ministry of Mines and Energy, Women Pay, the former minister, initiated that. And we are hoping that it will work. And we will hire people with integrity so that, imagine, if Big Mountain can be, sending out of the country millions of worth of gold out of the country every month, why you think if we have a Liberian company that can also mine and process millions of dollars of gold, we will not support our budget? No, let me tell you, the richest in the country, when they say Liberia rich, we not get no building there in Moreover that will say that the building made Liberia rich. Okay? Fisheries, the coastline we have, the forests we have, the minerals we have under the ground, the iron ore we have in the mountains, the gold and diamonds we have, that the riches. If we sit down here and people just be taking it on our nose, we say, oh, we're not gonna plenty rangers to put in the reserve area, the park, to man the place, so that our foreigner can go there and be manning the thing illegally. I mean, we not get money to pay. You paying security people that you want to protect your border and your country. You paying them $145. That person you say they're not effective. Are we serious about what we do? How do we think if we pay a legislative staffer? Listen to me. How do you feel if you pay a legislative staffer? And I want to tell you, the way we're doing politics in a country, that it will spoil the country. We will spoil the country with politics. You pay a legislative staffer $350 and pay a teacher $145 and pay an army officer less than $250. My people, you tell me something, man. You pay immigration man $148, then you pay legislative staffer in the Capitol building $350. Some of them, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't get anybody pay slip. So, I mean, these are what we hear, what we see. Is it fair? Does it make sense to us? You pay political staff in one lawmaker office $350. Then the man who you train and give gun to protect the territorial integrity or sovereignty of the country, you pay that man $280. Does that make sense to us? We should be paying our army at least $500. At least $500. Immigration people that are mending the borders of our country, we should be paying them the least $500, $400 at least. The least. The Liberia Drugs Enforcement Agency, we're crying with drugs business all over the place. But the people, the agents, they are paid that $148, $145. What do you think? What do you think will make them effective and proactive? Yeah? You can love your country and die too. Not also. You can love your country and die. So I've said enough. I will open the lines. AB, you will please come help me and unplug this other phone from charge because it continue giving a huge feedback anytime I put it on for the Lone Star line. Please help me to do that. So yes, you will call, we will talk. AB will come and do that for me quickly. Call 0777 700 995. 0777 700 995. 0555 995 995. These are numbers. Call, let's talk. This is our country. We must be practical about how we want to develop this country. Politics cannot build country. Practical leadership is what will build this country. Let me take the first caller. Hello.
Yeah, Marka, good afternoon to you on your weekend presentation.
Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. I'll follow you this morning, you and our dear sister, Fatima Arab, and currently you're one sitting in the seat this afternoon. I think you're representing Choko.
Mm-hmm.
So let me say good afternoon to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Mohammed M. Kanachion. I remain a member of the UP NW. The one who call, you try to key off, or you try to question off.
Yeah, but I'm already to question you. I know the way I'm doing it.
It is true. But you know, you emphasize on so many issues. Okay, and one thing that capital fund, even the capital law fund there is how to deal with the issue of the staff of management office.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me say thanks to you. You know, like you were saying, or even the Independent Bureau will not only there to the best low. Whenever the government come in to even the wrong thing, we will also come even talk about it. Okay, we're not looking at the past, our past better than know. But on the issue here is the disaster management office headed by Asu Dolly. Definitely, I don't think that office is really functioning well. That should be my talking point here, because we noticed that during the floor, I think the disaster management office was created for disaster management issue cases. Okay, for example, if you want to hot burn somewhere, that should be the function of that institution to even send their representation.
Yeah, go there, do assessment, and know the impact of that disaster and how can you respond in helping the people.
Okay, definitely. Even when a flood situation happens in the entire country, you are not look like for this going visiting, most often, I think the entire community that seemed to be the victim of the rain floor definitely should feel the impact of the disaster management office. Okay, but definitely, Marka, this going visiting definitely, really, Asu Dolly, it did not function well. To be honest, you see, it did not function well. And you can't, I think, because we're expecting the last visiting. You're even questioning. You're even calling to studio for this year. The mayor, he did not even visit most of the registration because we're really waiting to. We are questioning seriously. So thank you this afternoon.
All right, thank you. Let me take this person. Hello, welcome.
Good afternoon, Marka. How are you doing?
I'm great. Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Gabriel Bafi Gabriel. I'm calling from Government and Washington Field.
Okay.
So I want to be thankful to you for the platform this afternoon. All you said is true. I imagine I'm a classroom teacher, right? And then thinking of, like, I hear from some of my friends taking a low amount, and then you got somebody who, even the person attended the university, the person got his EPS, and maybe different discipline, and they were fortunate to get a job with EPA. They are making the equivalent of $600 as a net salary, and you are in the classroom. Maybe your net salary taking home is very less, like $200 or $300. I mean, the issue about bribery will be at a high level. You know, the same thing as they put up. So you can have security at the border that taking low amount, and you think the border will be safe. So our minerals, our resources will always be vulnerable to the aliens and to and foreigners. And I'm afraid that what Liberia is going through now, the lawmaker will sit down and recalibrate in terms of, looking at our constitution, the law that governs this, aliens and foreigner nationalities here. So really revisit it and see how best those voters can be well treated. It's a lesson that Guinea is teaching Liberia, and I pray that we will really follow him. So I just want to be thankful. Even the AFLs, their salary, their income is very low. I mean, that compare it with other nationalities like Guinea, telling the voters, those are extra, those security are the voters, real voters. What is their intake for a month? And compare it to ours, so that we can see where the problem is. But with this, I actually admire the program and I'm following the program. Thank you so much for the program.
Thank you so much for joining us. Well, let's take this one. Hello? Hello, you're live. Go ahead. Okay. Let me get this. Our caller went off. Yes, we'll take calls now from the Lone Star line as well. 0555 995 995 0555 995 995. Let's take this one. Hello? Hello, you're live. Go ahead. Hello? Okay, let me see. That person is not coming through. Hello?
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, come in.
Go ahead.
You hear me now?
Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I'm Murphy, somebody calling from Montserrat, man.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for the topic. Thank you for the topic. But I believe that government needs to do more to support our security apparatus. I can be smart, 50, even up to 175 to fight drugs. But it's not enough. You pay AFL, even it's not enough. Like you recommended, I will stay with you. At least the minimum of payment for other personnel, the least payment, it should be $500 or $600. Those are people that level like enlarging the recruitment test. We can't even one thing you guys stop it. So that's some of the advantages that the guys are taking on our walls.
Okay.
We need to do more to largely employ, recruit our youth. Because people are willing to join the AFL, but the encouragement, there are other people that join everything. They have resigned because of the low attention that they pay to them. It's not cool. Let us try to increase and pay attention to our security apparatus so that at least we can be safeguarded in this country. Thank you. Have a God bless you.
Okay, thank you. This is Marka Davis anyway.
Marka.
Okay, yes, this one. Hello.
Good afternoon, Marka.
Good afternoon, you're live.
Thank you, Marka. My name is Prince Nasmedo Goto, and I do join from my Dagestan digital marketing resident.
Okay.
Marka, let me appreciate you for all of the talking points. And I think that we feel concerned on the issue when it comes to you are throwing a lot on politicians using the young people as a battleground rather than empowering human capacity building. I think it is alarming. This is the natural attitude of our politicians because they don't want to if we say and teach them how to catch fish, right? And the men not catch fish, man, I can't even fish, no. But the men we have to catch fish by itself. But our politicians, they don't want to do that for us. Rather, they reduce us to battleground so that when they get into power, we will be making that of battleground for them during the campaign time. And if we not do battleground Marka, when the political institution or political figure get into position, your name will not be remembered.
Yeah, they will be pointing fingers and say that man didn't support us.
Yeah, thank you, Marka. Yeah, these are the reason why sometimes you see what we forcing ourselves to do this to celebrate this individual. Yeah. But I think it is about time our leaders need to retrospect and think about again, elevate us so that we can be we are the future leader of this country. You can't reduce us to their battle cry on a daily basis. You need to empower us. You must capacity being to be put at a higher point. So that we can be able to represent tomorrow, reducing all to a battleground, I think it is saddening and it is frustrating for we the young people. Thank you so kindly.
Okay, thank you so much too for joining. Let's go to the orange line and take this one. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, you're live. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm James Lama Kamara from the Liberian Civil Rights Movement, and I like the way you played the conversation this afternoon as it relates to how our country can get better.
Okay.
And this brought down to the issue of the kind of leaders we have. Even though you said you were not believe some of the people that serve in some of those agencies that are supposed to provide services for our country. But I think those who have the power to allocate, like the lawmakers who have the right to, who have the power, to ensure that they place a law and make it functional for us to be able to know that, a country, they are charged with a lot of responsibilities. And when you see even people running to their offices, when time for campaign, my brother, they say a lot. A lawmaker, it is not your responsibility to go and construct roads and build school buildings. You have to inform your people that you will be able to place money in the budget that will be able to take care of all of those things that you'll be naming to the people. But when you tell the people, I'll be able to do this, we'll make sure you get jobs. So as soon as you win, everybody comes to your office, and most especially those people who comes to your offices or to their offices, my brother Marka, it is on the basis of the support they give them. Not many people, because when you opposition to this lawmaker and you go to his office, you feel that you're against him. You don't feel that he is a leader for every one of you because of maybe even if you have a dissenting view with him. If you have a dissenting view with any lawmaker, you can't go to their offices and you access those offices. They can't do it. They will say, that man, in fact, campaign against me. So it's important that as a leader, you must be able to make law that will be able to effectuate change in the life of the people. Not only those who supported you in the district, even those who oppose you, you are a leader for them because you're heading their constituencies that they are member of. So it is important that our leaders try to depoliticize some of those things that they can be able to do on behalf of the people. But when we just continue to politicize everything on the basis of political party or support giving, what becomes of those professionals who take their time to prepare themselves in various institutions to be able to provide their quota to their country?
Exactly.
They will not be given the opportunity. And it will only be with the politicians sometimes who have the opportunity to call and defend this person and support this person, then they give you a job. Look at what you said. If in fact, it is the minimum to me, 300 plus that is being given, or 350 to a legislative server. Some taking 500, some taking 400. They got various salaries that they are being paid with benefits. And then our security, you pay, let me say, one security officer, 150, 140. Can you imagine that in this morning age? Our security minimum, like you said, 400, 500, at least we can start from that. And every year we ensure that we increase our security strength, at least training 1,000 persons every year.
All right. Thank you for your participation.
And then that would be a means of also creating jobs for our people. But we can continue to sit and they're just devaluing the money of ourselves, and then the majority continue to suffer. Every day we come on radio, we complain, people complaining all over the place. We need to change from that. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, we need to change from that. Hello.
Yeah, Marcus, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Your name, where you join us from?
Yeah, I'm calling from Hawaii. My name is Wesley Bidel.
Okay, Mr. Bidel, go ahead.
Look, just what your reporter that came from Cape Town was saying about the 150,000 drugs were arrested without physical cash.
Mm-hmm.
You just imagine a DA man that is signed 30 drugs, you pay less than even 150.
Mm-hmm.
The man is looking at 150,000, and you know the problem that he has.
Yeah, and that money now, you must have 30 years salary before you reach that money.
You just imagine, within a course of time, 100,000 just in a limo. Up to now, the security apparatus cannot get the account of that money. Yeah, another one are arrested, $1.some million. It's just because of other, entity were present with all our journalists and security, from all agencies were there. So that make that money, it was not touched. But it's very bad the way they are paying our security point. They just like, they don't have time. One legislature can carry about almost 15,000. Look at me, and you just get the people. That man, you will be corrupt. I don't care what you do. They will fight drugs until they get tired, unless they improve the salary of those security apparatus. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for your participation. Hello? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Okay, family.
Yeah.
Here's a Paco calling from the United Party in the Leisure Bureau.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. This country, the policy, my brother, they finish the file. And I'm here, but I'm using that notion where to cancel that notion. It is true I want to pick up political party, but I pull that bureau first. It is true I pay on that party, send a king of the Republic of Ghana at my party. It is true that we can cover election and what will happen, but it's not compulsory that every Liberian to work and compulsory that government must look for set up us the citizen. But you cannot run capital today in a full issue, full of gaming work. Government cannot empower everybody open space in first of country the country or certain men get something to do. To get delivered to their family. But some people take the party now more than the country. That's what we're going through today. They can somebody told me now for commotion one of the premises of the man. And the party men. They're not so clear that who are going to pay the country and who pay the other people in the country. See what happened at the free town, they can't pull up. Now, all that people say they pay for the people. You don't know that about it. You say your own brother. So they control my brother, what you say, all he said. Yeah.
Okay.
They can be hating on the military and the car say, you want to go Canada. So tell the camera what you mean. There's a correction to our city. But all of the open mouth, you the individual in our car that you must pay them. But you get that money and I get it. So you want to maybe shoot. So the country will say our brother. We got to see a lot of programs. We got to change our mind. Attitude. If we can't change the whole of each other, we're not going nowhere.
Okay.
They get to all.
Okay.
Thank you. God bless you.
Okay, thank you. I'll take my blessing. 0777 700 995 0555 995 995. Hello? Hello? Okay, that call will slip off. Hello? Hello?
Yeah. Good afternoon, Marka.
It's great to have you. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the impartial Francis B. Mobile.
Okay.
And I'm joining you this afternoon from Benson City.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, I've joined and listened on the talking point of, I think the recommendation or the proposal about the mineral issue is in place. Marka, when I see the people of Cape Town up to now, they are not benefiting from the resources that God has endowed their country with, or even the nation not benefiting fully. You know, again, it put tears in my eyes. It is very unfortunate that billions of United States dollars worth of gold leaving our nation, annually. And up to date, the road leading to the country where the $1 billion is coming from is in a deplorable state. I think that recommendation wherein a bureau or a agency will be established, or even if mines and energy can be empowered, wherein you have success to be responsible for different activities in our nation, will be welcoming. Because you cannot have us having the resources, then other nations come here and benefit from it, they give us little or nothing. Even Nima, they are still metal deals. Those things will benefit and it will rebuild our nation. So the government need to look in that direction to restructure these things. Though I support this government, but these are things that they need to do. Because the president said we will not be on business as usual. Other people are here they were just taking money from concession companies, and even went as far as extending their deal, where their deal are now ended. But I think this president should revisit those agreements, like he said recently. He need to revisit the minerals and law in this country and to ensure that our resources here is being used properly to benefit us. And in closing, I want to appreciate the OKFM family for the fast-funding mission in Lopa. And I know they are doing it in good faith because they have been the ones giving us project information. Though today, our nation is falling around with politics wherein people are using AR photos to debate to instill unnecessary fear in our people. The OKFN team going on the ground to have further information to inform the Liberian people is very welcoming. And I think the government should also be in a position to give us update every time along the way because we want to be informed as to what happened because I am from that county and I know I have my family people back there. So whatever that is unfolding, we as Liberians need to be informed as to what is going on to ensure that our people are safe and our people have hope. Because now we call back, our people are living in fear and they need to hear from their government.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Marka David, for the show, and thank you to the president for listening to us and taking decisive action. Because I know he's a listening president, he will not let this recommendation that will benefit the state to slide on a deaf ear. Thank you very much.
All right, let me just take the last person now. Our guest for 5 o'clock is here already.
Hello.
So yes, hello. Go ahead.
Yeah, Marka David, thank you very much. This is Francis Crab recording from Caldwell, New Jersey.
Great to have you. Go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, Marka David, thank you for the topic on a discussion. You see, the country, one person can do it.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is the idea and the heart is not together. Because you see your friend yesterday or day before yesterday, they were somewhere and they were making like a little mistake and you couldn't correct them. And you had the idea to say, oh, man, no, this is what you're supposed to do. But no advice because it's not you, so you can't advise. It is wrong in the country. You see, our security sector is not concrete.
Mm-hmm.
You see what happening to our border? For the first time, the procedure it was not done, and up to this time, the procedure is not going fair with the Liberian people. Okay, there is no information. Our information minister come up with different information. You see, government, if you are running a government, you are ruling a people, leading a people, you must be able to have a patient mind. To be able, if someone made you very, you are like a dumper. You have to get information to the public. So if somebody carrying different topics here and there, the point is you want to hear from your government that ruling you. You see lawmakers without a ministers and what are the deputy ministers are taking huge amount of salary in the country. How our security sector will be formed? There's no idea, no fresh idea, nothing. Minister taking 15,000. When it comes to Labrador component, they take 35,000
Minister
or
still
40,000.
taking 15,000 in the country. I think that pay should be somewhere in the range of 7,000.
7,000. They go to the Labrador data component. About 45 or 35 or 30.
I don't get it. People pay slave, man.
You didn't get it. I agree. You didn't have it. I agree. But these are the information that's circulating. Some of those people, some people are connected with them. Some of our friends connected with them. So some of us, we are hearing their salary they are making. But what progress are you making for the security sector?
All right,
it's a serious challenge in the country.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for the topic. Let us put ideas together. Let our heart come together. And then we can see how best our own country, to see how best we can enjoy our country.
All right.
There is a resources in our country that can support even a child, a baby that in the mother who can be well supported. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. Well, that's all the calls we can take now. Our guest, Mr. Abraham Bailey, is already here with us from the Agriculture Industrial Training Bureau. He's our guest here on the 5 p.m. segment of the show. The name is Marka Davis. This is the OK Conversation here. I'm sitting in for for Choko. Choko say, boss me saying you were explaining. Yes, but let's welcome our guest. It's great to have you. This is my first interaction. How are you?
Thank you, Marka. And I've been following you since the Cool FN's day.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I follow you for some time, especially when you and there's this guy in Zubata and myself most time had differences when it comes to politics, and he was very religious about your programs. Pascal Davis.
Oh, Pascal, yes.
So
yeah, but so now Pascal is my second fall off. Yeah, this man is sometimes unreasonable, to be frank.
So Pascal, he's my son.
Okay.
He calls me daddy. You know, most time.
Okay.
He say, "Oh, daddy, again, I'm going on the radio to."
But he's a brilliant young man, but
to deal with your political party.
Imagine.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been following you for some time.
Okay.
Like you said, my first time interact with you in person. I'm happy. Yeah. I've been hearing the voice. Good to see you in person.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So I know you've been here sometimes, and at different point in time we'll have different set of people joining our programs, and we'll always have to be asking about you. Doing some little introduction, telling us who are you, even before going to the bureau.
Yeah. So before going to the bureau, I used to come here most time on the Forest Hour show.
Okay.
And other shows. So I'm Abraham Bailey. I've been in the private sector for some time.
Okay.
I work with the European Union, I work with the UN, specifically the UN Women. Supported also the UNDP, work with MFGAP program in the forestry sector. Supported a number of local international institutions before coming to public governance.
Okay, that's good. Someone says people from that private sector background, when it comes to the public sector, they come with experience, they come with competitiveness, because the sector they're coming from, they're not laying back in cheap place they're coming from.
I do.
Yeah, so I don't know whether that is true.
Yeah, you are right. I can remember when we just got appointed. My deputy has some concerns. One of my deputies, Alfonso P. Koto, and one of his colleagues, Vanny Rogers.
Yeah.
I don't know if he is currently a councillor or still attorney at law.
Council, something around there. Yeah, I will get it correct.
Vanny Rogers told him, I know you have to pay some attention because you are working with Abraham Bailey, who I know very well from the natural resource sector. So, all of you can be able to put your act together to support the development of that sector. And he became confident with what he got from his colleague, Attorney Vanny Rogers. Yes, I think, let me agree with you, because a lot of people from the private sector doing very well in government. And I also understand there are a lot of people also who came directly from the public sector, but they're also doing very well. So it is not limited to the sector you come from. I just want to believe the experience, the capacity, or the different understanding that we have and the interest to support the tax we are given. I think people are delivering based on the interest, based on their capacity, because you can do more than your best.
Yeah.
Like we always say.
Oh, yes, sure.
Yeah.
So, tell us, what for some of us who are, hearing you for the first time, interacting you for the first time, will ask, what are the key functions of this bureau?
So, the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau was established since in the 70s.
Okay.
Yeah, by the late President Torbo. President Doe took advantage of That establishment make it formal in 1981. It was established formally by Decree 56.
Okay.
And it was established along with the National Council for TVET.
Okay.
So there is a National Council for TVET that is responsible for developing or formulating policies for the TVET sector. And that council comprises of 11 members, including the private sector. China Union is a member. The Liberia Chamber of Commerce is a member.
Is that council active now?
Very active.
Okay.
For the first time since the war, the council was established or constituted on November 8, 2024, following our appointments on May 9, 2024. So that council is active. The council meets regularly to discuss policy issues within the sector. That council comprises of different government ministries, including the Ministry of Finance, that is the chair, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Youth and Sport, the Ministry of Labor, Transport, Public Work, Justice, Commerce and Industries. They are all members of the National Council for TVET. So to ensure that that council is effective, the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau was established as the secretariat, the administrative arm of that council. So the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau has been there since the 70s, like I said, and got live 2024, when for the first time since the war, the president made appointments, President Joseph Marka, to ensure that the TVET sector improves. So since that time, the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau has been going through transformation.
Okay.
So there are a number of programs, there are a number of policy actions that have been taken to ensure the TVET sector improved. So yes, the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau now has management team, comprises of 3 directors generals. I'm a director general, assisted by 2 deputies.
Okay.
Afonso P. Koto is a deputy for administration. Then Wesley D. M. Yinato is the deputy for technical services.
Okay.
And we also have work to ensure some level of reform at the institution. We have established 9 different departments or units, as you may call it, to support the work that we do in transforming the TVET sector. Yes, so yes, the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau now has active management team as well as National Council for TVET.
Okay. So I don't know if I understand was it in November last year you launched a strategic plan? Did you do that?
Yes, we launched the strategic plan last year.
Okay.
And the strategic plan is the first time the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau has developed.
So my question to that, let me lay my question. My question to that is, from where you saw the institution, and what will that plan change, or what it hopes to achieve?
So, like we always say, when you plan, you succeed based on the implementation of the plan. If you fail to plan, you will deliver on what you actually set to achieve. So there are mandates upon which the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau was established, and those mandates to be actualized, the strategic plan was developed. So the strategic plan has 6 goals. I will encourage you to make time, go through the strategic plan. However, I can share with you areas that the strategic plan actually focuses.
Okay.
One is on institutional strengthening. So rebuilding the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau, as well as supporting the TVET institutions to improve governance, is a key priority. Also, the issue of capacity building, especially for the TVET instructors and administrators, is also a key priority within the strategic plan. I don't know to what extent you understand TVET. TVET, unlike the formal education, require much more equipment, much more material for demonstration.
Yeah, practical
because
learning.
it is fine. It is more practical. So you can go to the classroom to provide theoretical, explanation, analogy around different programs, unlike TVET. So you, let's say you are training someone to tailoring. You even spend a year lecturing them about how the tailor work and what the tailor is supposed to do and who is a tailor. They still will not be able to demonstrate or understand what you are saying unless you have tailoring machine and all the equipment to be able to practicalize what you are sharing with them. So there are challenges in the sector. We also have taught within the strategic plan that we have developed concentration on supporting the TVET institutions to be able to equip them to reach the minimal requirements that the country actually has set. So there's also a priority about enforcement of the national standards that are being developed. So there are different instruments the government has developed, including policy for TVET. There is also a national qualification framework developed to support the running of TVET programs.
For institutions that want to run TVET programs.
Definitely.
Okay.
There are also principles and guidelines developed to guide institutions that are involved into operating TVET programs. So there's also a focus on that. So that is also a priority. So compliant monitoring is a key for the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau. 2024, we did a pilot study around TVET institutions and their operations. And in 2025, we commissioned a full-scale investigation, which we actually call the gap analysis and compliant monitoring.
Okay.
And that was supported by the Liberia Research and Development Network, a local research firm that we work with to conduct investigation across 9 counties in Liberia. This year, the government has also committed funds to ensure, follow-up investigation around compliance to national standards, and that will be done in the 50 counties. Gracefully, the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, FAO, has also thrown their weight into this. They also support the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau to conduct a nationwide mapping. I don't know if recently you follow, we had this engagement with the FAO where they presented or trained over officially monitoring equipment to the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau to be able to support the work that we do. The UNESCO has also been there supporting the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau to conduct capacity enhancement program for the TVET instructors and the TVET administrators. So there are a lot of local and international institutions that are currently supporting the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau to support the improvement of the TVET sector. Your institution, the OKFN, and other media institutions, including Punch FN, the ERBC, Sky FN, have been doing very well to increase awareness around TVET program. Most of us in the country, majority, have had less understanding about TVET, especially the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau. I know for a fact, a good number of my colleagues have got to know the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau following our appointments.
Yes, because man said the first time I came across it, I said, that school, that government school. Because I see the training, the only thing you know is that, kind of administrative institution, you see the bureau, say, okay, so you'll be doing some supervision, compliance regulation, and all of that.
Yes.
But that is good. But tell us about latest development at the bureau.
So the latest recently, we have engaged with different partners to ensure improvement in the sector. We are in conversation with AFP Latam. It's an international institution in Germany that is willing to support the TVET program in Liberia. We are currently discussing, along with the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Education, and the Ministry of Youth and Sport, as well as some of our public and private TVET institutions, to support 50 TVET instructors.
Okay.
Capacity enhancement. And this is going to support the TVET instructors to ensure that the challenge we currently have, that most of them that are providing instruction, almost like in the formal sector that we know, where you have high school graduate teaching high school students.
Okay.
So they are about to support about 50 TVET instructors that will actually be elevated at different levels, where we see both local and international certification to be able to support instruction in TVET areas, different three areas.
How do you identify the beneficiaries?
So we have worked with the Ministry of Education to share with us TVET institutions that are accredited by the ministry, and we have identified 15 TVET institutions. There are about 10 TVET institutions that are public operated TVET institutions, and then 5 TVET institutions that are operated by private individuals and institutions. So we are
all in Monserrado County?
No, we did the selection across the country.
Okay.
They are all not in Monserrado. And this is also a challenge that we have been working to address. There are a number of counties that are currently having single or no TVET institutions. Like, for example, in Bapolo, given our recent report, none was identified in Bapolo. We have no TVET institutions in Bapolo. However, there are a number of apprenticeship providers. I don't know if you know what apprenticeship is. Maybe for the listening public, we can share the apprenticeship, maybe just to come a little lower to the point of the garages, the tailoring shop, no different,
people who just come in there and
yes. I'm also sure in the media landscape, you also have people like that who come to the entity not really with formal accreditation or formal certificate, but they come to the media landscape because they have the passion, they have interest, and they spend some time working with you. At the end of the day, you would say those are people who, have no capacity, but they don't have the formal accreditation, but they have acquired some level of practical knowledge, and they are able to provide support in the sector. So we are also working with them, a good number of them. The study has uncovered about more than 600 apprenticeship providers across Liberia in the 9 counties that we have surveyed so far. And then identify about 165 TVET institutions that we are currently working with. So we have a platform that we are engaging actively the TVET institutions, and we hope with what we are doing and the peer exchanges they also having, we can be able to improve TVET not only in Monserrado but in Liberia.
Okay, improve TVET not only in Monserrado but Liberia. At one point in time, the AITB was described as underfunded and largely forgotten for years. Now, what concrete evidence shows it is now truly functional and not just rebranded?
I think maybe one evidence is the reference that is being made to the AITB at the national level. So at the different forum, international partners, development partners, donors, as well as government, ministries and agencies, have started working more closely with the AITB. So, I mean, in addition to what we are doing, especially with the different engagement we are having, the services we are delivering, the recognition by local and international bodies could be the evidence that ARTB is, I mean, currently a different ARTB, actually. And I can remember when we were appointed, the first meetings we attended with development partners, they were like, where are you coming from? Yes, why have you been so silent? And why were you not active? I mean, before this time. And we were simple. We were not active because I don't want to discredit those who were there. Yeah, those who served the ARTB before me. I think they did not have the political will.
Okay.
Because there was no appointment made by President Salif. There was also no appointment made at the ARTB by President Weah.
But the institution was there functional?
The institution was functioning. The institution was operating. The institution was on the national budget throughout the years.
But no, active programs and other things was there going on.
In fact, the interesting thing was the ARTB was there when the discussions around establishing the Liberia TV Commission was ongoing. But the ARTB was made no mention to. If you read the different standards that I'm discussing, the National Qualification Framework, you see no reference to the ARTB. And the ARTB is the regulator in the sector. The ARTB is supporting the National Council to regulate the sector. However, all of these national instruments, I mean, around TV, had no reference to the ARTB.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about compliance.
Yeah.
This is something that we noticed in Liberia.
Yeah.
During the course of campaign, you will see the proliferation of career or skill training program being established all over the place, soap making, tie and dye, tailoring, and all these things. Sometimes they last for just 1 year, some just 6. So in your compliance monitoring and thing, what will you be doing if you see these kind of institutions coming up again in 2028, early 2029? What kind of work will you be doing with institutions like that?
That is the essence of the compliance monitoring.
Okay.
So what we have observed, like the political or politically established or driven TV institutions, we also saw that with the TV institutions that were established during the DDRR process.
Okay.
So a good number of those institutions are currently not in existence. They were established temporarily to support the national development at that time. And since the donor funds directed to that program stopped coming, most of the TV institutions closed. So like the political TV institutions, so for example, you, Marka, have interest. I just say, for example. I'm not saying you should contest 2029.
No, I'm not ready.
So you have interest to contest in a particular district or county, and then you establish a politically driven TV institutions and operate that like a year or 6 months or 2 years before the elections to be seen as supporting the development of the young people and have more attention to you. So what we have observed, most of the institutions are not legal.
Okay.
The institutions are not legal. To be legal in Liberia, by law, you should establish the institution with the Liberia Business Registry.
Okay.
And then move to the Ministry of Education and obtain the education sector clearance.
Okay.
And beyond that, after accreditation by the Ministry of Education, you move to the AITB and obtain competent license. Competent license is to say that you are in compliance with the national standards, the national qualification framework.
Your facility is your trainers are qualified people, administrators are people who have knowledge about the sector and stuff like that.
The environment is conducive for education, as well as not you, Marka, who is the CEO or the executive officer, At the same time, you are the cashier, you are everything. Yes, so I mean, also ensuring that the framework to support what you do, meaning you have a strategic plan to support the institution development, and that you also not, just satisfied with the capacity that you already have recruited to support training, but you continue to also support development of the TV instructors.
Okay.
So there are several other areas.
So what will happen if your monitoring found that they have these institutions and they are actually not in compliance with all of these regulations?
So a good number of the TV administrators have established to us in different meetings that they are far below the belt.
Okay.
So currently, what we are doing, we are engaging the institutions to ensure that we improve what they are doing and that they meet the minimum requirements. So we'll be coming out with the first set of analysis that we have done in 2025 to inform the stakeholders on where the TV institutions are. Just recently, you listened to the Minister of Youth and Sport about the Monrovia Vocational Training Center far on performing in terms of the capacity that he has to support the development of the young people. So, this is also similarly in different TV institutions across the country that we have engaged. There are also a number of TV institutions that are currently not active.
Okay.
So we are working with our government colleagues as well as the private sector institutions to ensure that the institutions are supported.
Okay.
Because to address the issue of unemployment, the song that we sing every day, poverty, concentration on capacity building is key.
Okay. Yeah, so you mentioned something. What do you do about government-owned TVET institutions that sometimes maybe under-equipped? Because as we mentioned earlier, TVET focus mostly on practical learning. Yeah. So there was some points in time when even students at that very MVTC that you mentioned were protesting that we are doing mechanical engineering, but what are the equipment for us to do practical?
Yeah.
So in these kind of instances, what kind of support or what action your act or decree that created you, gave you to do?
So the first thing to do is to be able to assess the institutions and inform them about the current status. Okay. Then we also have the next step as corrective actions. So we work with the institutions to support the improvement of the institutions. Institutions that are not, close to the minimum requirements. Definitely there will be recommendations for closure and recommend for strengthening institutions that can provide capacity building to support the development of the young people. So for example, what is the essence of having 15 TVET institutions, let's say in Doe community, 15 TVET institutions, and all TVET institutions operating in Doe community are substandard. Every day, we complain that the international or foreigners are taking our jobs. And this is also because the level of capacity building that, or the standards, in other countries, or the credibility, or the trust that institutions operating in our system, the industries, the business leaders, the trust they have in individuals coming from our regional or our neighboring countries and other countries outside of Africa is high because the standard set in those countries and the benchmark that they are meeting is a little higher than ours. So to be able to get on par with the countries, what we are currently doing is to ensure that some level of monitoring and knowledge assessment conducted. So, for example, you could have confidence in somebody coming from Ghana, Nigeria, but if you carry out some level of knowledge testing of those at the different institutions here in Liberia. Trade test. And they demonstrate excellence. Then you have no doubt in them to deliver in different areas that they will be trusted. So what we are doing currently is to ensure that we administer some level of knowledge testing, that we can be able to establish that, yes, in as much as we all look at our system as substandard, but the training, the ongoing training, and individuals at the different institutions are at the level of our regional counterparts or even more. So this trade testing is one area that we want to use to ensure that the level of trust and confidence in the TV sector or system is built.
Okay. Again, you're listening to the OK Conversation. I'm here with Ibrahim Billy. He comes from the Agricultural Training Bureau. Okay, is that how you got it?
Agricultural and Industrial
Training Bureau. Industrial Training Bureau, yes.
Actually, the idea was to industrialize agriculture in Liberia.
Yeah, because when I see the agriculture as there, it says purely focused also on agricultural training.
So it is actually focused on 3 different areas. You know, the 3 programs are focused on agriculture. They are focused on commerce. They are also focused on industry. They are industrial programs that these 3 institutions are actually providing instruction.
Okay. Yeah, so the next thing I want to understand is the issue of curriculum development.
Yeah.
Okay, because if you have one uniform curriculum, that will set standards to what people are learning in various TVET programs across the schools. Or what have you done about that?
So, like I said to you, there are a number of challenges when we assess the TVET institutions. We have established that the TVET institutions in operation do not have uniform curriculum. The government is for the first time rolling out uniform curriculum.
Okay.
So we have received number of curriculum approved by the Ministry of Education. These curriculums are actually, they have been developed by different projects, different institutions. Some of them operated by the Ministry of Youth and Sport.
Okay.
And these curriculum are actually currently being reviewed by the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau, along with a number of curriculum that were developed by the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau. So the TVET sector is at 7 levels. We have level 1, 2, that are mostly proficiency.
Okay.
You have 3, 4 that are basic. You have level 5 that is intermediary.
Okay.
You have level 6 that is maybe just to be simple about it, is the associate degree level.
Okay.
And you have level 7 at the degree granting level.
Okay.
So these different curriculum are being developed, and we are also currently working with development partners to ensure that some more curriculum are developed. Recently, you got from the Ministry of Youth and Sport, under their reform process, the curriculum development will be a priority.
Okay.
So we are working with the Ministry of Youth and Sport. We are also, we have engaged the Liberia Electricity Regulatory Commission,
okay,
LERC, to support in the development of their curriculum. They are currently also working to develop curriculum around the electricity and energy areas. So we will be supporting them to ensure that the curriculums are developed and they are uniform. That you will not have the curriculum being operated at MVTC different from what is being operated in different TVET institutions. So a lot of institutions are currently operating on their own.
Okay.
Not guided by national curriculum, but curriculum developed by their partners, either here in Liberia or developed by consultants that they have hired to support, what they do. So we are going to synchronize to ensure that, curriculum, in operation are the same. So the young man or woman, going through training.
Is there a timeline to that, or is it just, on-air answer to the question? Is there a timeline to say, well, maybe within 8 months, 6 months, or a year time, we'll be able to synchronize the TVET curriculum in the country and all of that? Is there a timeline to that?
So currently we have about 80 curriculum developed that we have reviewed, and we'll be, sharing our findings with the Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport for decision making, as well as with the National Council for TV. And this is going to be in the second quarter of this year. Okay. And in the third quarter, we also have requested the National Council to endorse the constitution of technical committee to review curriculum that are in existence. So by the end of this year, we should be able to understand where we are with the development and rollout of curriculum.
Why this huge interest in TVET?
The interest in TVET is to ensure that the challenges we have in our country and the challenges we have, especially with young people, addressed. So this president has made this a priority to ensure that Liberia is developed. In other countries that we follow, TVET is a priority. Yesterday, we saw TVET as alternative, and it was more of my son or my daughter is not doing well. Academically, in the classrooms, so he should go to the technical. Let him go learn tailoring so that he can be useful to himself. But this time, no. Even those who are in the different degree granting programs, they are still doing TV. There are a good number of people that I know that have attended technical and vocational programs. Just follow around. There are, people who even have master degree. They are enrolled in different technical and vocational programs. Just to be able to, improve efficiency at their different workplaces.
So let's talk a little bit about youth employment. And, a lot of time you hear on radio, especially at some of these construction areas, people will be like, oh, they brought foreigner here to do work that Liberians can do. And sometimes if you check thoroughly, the technical skills are not there with the Liberians. Yeah. So what is the timeline to reverse this trend?
So what we are currently doing is to engage more the industries, the business leaders, to understand what is the missing link between TVET and the user of the TVET graduates. So understanding that is critical. If we understand what the industry leaders actually need, what the industry, at this time, for example, I was in conversation with a trainee from Kepan around the Kinjo area. And he shared with me that the TVET program there is altogether concentrated on programs outside of the county operation. So if you operate TVET, for example, in the Kinjo area, your focus will be on those programs, those services, those skills needed to support the operation in Kinjo by B Mountain. But if you are altogether developing skills that are far different from what required by B Mountain, it will be difficult for B Mountain to employ your graduates. Also, another challenge we have had, number of TVET institutions have operated with our internship programs.
Okay.
And we are currently engaging the industry leaders to ensure that some consideration made to support TVET trainees at the different industries and business institutions for some more practical exchanges to be able to take advantage of employment in the future, as well as establishment of their own enterprises. One opportunity with TVET, because your question is why TVET? So TVET, even if there is no industry around to employ you, but you are useful because you have acquired skills that are needed in the different communities that you work. For example, a good number of our young people that have gone to missionary programs, yes, carpentry, they are able to do work for themselves. So what is currently lagging is the issue of entrepreneurship. And this is also one program that we are ensuring that it is included in the TVET programs.
Okay.
So when you come to do carpentry, you are not doing only carpentry, but how this trade area can be useful to you. Meaning, you should be able to learn the business of it. So upon graduation, even when you are not employed by the bigger institution that we are all looking to, you're able to create your own businesses and operate. So TVET is the way, actually the way through. I always say to people,
is that part of what you just said? It is very important, but is that part of the strategic plan that you created, that you launched?
Definitely, it is. Okay. It is included, and in the industrial linkages is a major goal within the strategic plan.
So in most of the things you do, I heard you talk about engagement with partnerships and all of that. The institution maybe risks suffering some consequences just in case donor or partner support, are withdrawn. What are preparation plans just in case you don't have these donors or partners, giving you the kind of support that you may be getting now?
So currently, about 80% of the work we do is funded by government.
Okay. So
we talk about the entity, and there has been significant improvement in the budget. So 2025, we experience improvement significantly, and also 2026. And this is because the government has interest in supporting the development of TVET. Yeah, so the focus is not only on donor partners. However, donor partners also have seen the need. The European Union, the World Bank, and other institutions are currently supporting.
So we will go to lines to pick calls, but before we do that, in the last 3 months, what big progress or achievements can you point at?
So in the past 3 months, January now.
Yeah. So if you want to, if you want to say, okay, this year now, January, February, we're in March now.
So I was when you asked, I was just reflecting on the Indian support and the call by the Indian embassy to, for us to reflect on what we did with them in 2025 and what we hope to do with them in 2026. So yes, this year we have had a change visit with colleagues from the Gaborone Qualification Framework Authority. Gaborone Qualification Authority.
Okay.
And that has taught us how to separate TVET from higher education, how to separate TVET from formal education. And we also grateful that the president of this country has requested the legislature to relook at the TVET bill to ensure that the Liberia TVET Commission is established. This will help to improve the authority of the TVET regulatory body.
Well, that means the Bureau will be transitioning to the Commission, or they will be operating separately?
That is the picture we are looking at, because initially, the Bureau, the Ministry of Education and Youth and Sport were recommended for dissolution, the TVET Bureau at the Ministry of Youth and Sport, Education and AITB. Now, the recommendation is the Bureau at the Ministry of Youth and Sport and the Bureau at the Ministry of Education should remain and play managerial roles. And then the ARTB can now be transitioned to the commission to play regulatory roles or functions in the sector. We also have received, like I said to you earlier, have received donation from Mercy Corps this year, just recently.
What did you receive?
Mercy Corps donated mobile phones and rechargeable fans to support the work that we are doing. Then
why will the mobile phones do?
Mobile phone is to install the monitoring apps on the mobile phones.
Okay.
Then we also have received donation from the FAO just recently.
Okay.
Yeah, they also donated number of monitoring equipment, APAS, as well as computers to support the work that we are doing currently at the Bureau. And we also have received the draft report from the Liberia Research and Development Network that we are currently reviewing. Hopefully by next month we should be able to validate that instrument.
Okay, folks, if you are just joining us, you are listening to the OK Conversation. Our guest here is the head of the Agriculture and Industrial Training Bureau, Ibrahim Bailey. We've been talking about the work they are doing there, some of the critical issues that, are challenges of the institution, including why if donor support dropped, or, how are they trying to synchronize the curriculum within the TVET sector and all of that. He answered some of these questions. So maybe I didn't ask all of the questions and you have doubts, you can also call and then let's have some conversation. 0777 700 995, 0555 995 995. So let's go to the line to pick our calls. This is the first one. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, you're live. Go ahead.
Sorry that I'm driving, but I have to park up to participate in this program.
Okay.
My name is Halala Kuklo, and I call from somewhere around the Cinco Belt.
Okay.
But I just called to weigh into the initiative of the Bureau, and I want to tell the director in studio, thank you, Mr. Bede. I so appreciate his work that he do at the Bureau there, because to be honest, I'm from the agriculture sector,
Okay.
and I never knew through all the past year I spent my time in the agriculture sector, I never knew there was a Bureau established that was to drive the kind of initiative when it comes to the TVET center, TVET sectors when it comes to the agriculture sector. But since I started to hear about this, doing this regime, because that building, I normally go to the MVTC compound. I have been going to that place. We practice there. We have been having a lot of programs there, but I never knew there was such an institution there. But of recent, since the inception of the taking over of this guy at that place, sorry to call him guy, but Mr. Bede to that place, I realized that I saw a different structure in that building, in that sense. And then when I got to ask, they told me, oh no, there was the institution responsible for TVET and other curriculum development. So I want to thank he and his colleagues that are running that institution for resuscitating such an institution, and we look forward to seeing how best we can collaborate with him from the agriculture sector and developing some of these curriculum when it comes to the agricultural development programs for our youthful population. So I want to tell Mr. Bede and his colleagues, thank you. Let's keep the bell rolling and see how best we can have a lot of collaboration and interaction to see how best support can come to the institution for the curriculum building. But I hope, one thing is that I hope this institution will work in line with the youth and sport and that of the Ministry of Agriculture, because, Ministry of Agriculture used to have some TVET running programs. Later, some of the programs were turned over to during the Madam Johnson first tenure. It was turned over to youth and sports, like the Tomotu and the one in Bensonville. Okay. But critically now, in the term of climate change and some innovation that are coming up, And I want to see how best this institution, the Bureau, can work with some of the technical institutions to see how we can see to develop curriculum that will fit into our current day scenario. These are some of the things that I look for, and I want to say thank you for this program. Sorry that I came on very late. I just got on the car and I got it on because OKFM is my regular station.
Thank you so much for always following us.
Okay.
Okay, this one. Hello.
Hello, how you coming on?
I'm okay. Tell us your name, where you call from.
Okay, I'm Reverend Maya Thompson Maya calling from Chicken Soup Factory area.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I want to say thank you to Mr. Billy there. He has been coming over here many times. But I just want to share this with him. What you people need to do in this country is what was happening before the war. BWI used to be a place of competence that if you graduate from BWI, Lanko, and other companies from around Liberia will come and people from their place because there were 20 people for 4 years. And besides that, they were having the accelerator program that was also correct. The very NVTC where you're at now, I don't know where you are job training. People have job training. Or what is the level? 1 year, 6 months, and the children go there. No other good practical into that area there. And before the war was having LORC, there was a vocational school, other in play, and the other one technical, other college, in Maryland. You try to develop those places. They just creating or establishing TV all around, and there's no competence. There's people creating no job because the company didn't know that the people are not competent, so they go Ghana, they go Nigeria and other places and collect people from there, come here and just ride on Liberian. Because you're just creating part of a TV all around, no competent, nothing. You're going to be there at the
sincerely, what you mentioned that I can agree to is that even currently as we speak, BWR still send interns to these major Firestone, Asila Meta. You know, I used to cover their graduation and other programs a lot. They are still doing it. But thank you for your recommendation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, but you're getting emotional. Let me take this call from the Lone Star line. Hello? Hello, are you there? Hello? Oh, this caller is not talking. This one. Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Marka.
Yes, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, my name is Jean Tony Gunnar. I join you from Central Moldova.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you to Billy. I know Big Brother Billy for a very long time. He's a disciplinarian and academic, a man who believes in the future generation of this country. So I'm not surprised of these initiatives he are taking at the ARTB. And I also want to recommend Federal, you have to create the research and statistics department down there to be able to have complete data on people that go to vocational schools or vocational technical education area around here that obtain a good number of education so that when you have concession company can be able to negotiate with them on what are interim or permanent basis. Because if you don't have the number, you can be able to do any other kind of work.
You are right. Data is very important.
But if you have a number and you are monitoring properly and doing proper evaluation, you can go to Beer Mountain or to MSG Go. Say I have 16 young people that are motor grader operator. They can do it. If you tell them like I trust that capacity, I trust that ability, they can do the job. And when you get, it will be based on merit. So with that, you'll be able to merit more job of young people. People will be encouraged to go into the sector because they have seen the ARP is moving faster. So I would recommend you do that, veteran. And I look forward to working with you. You know, you're a big brother. I have so much respect. I'm not surprised. I always knew that.
Okay, thank you so much. You want to work with the department, eh? I give you the mail. Hello? Oh, sorry. Hello?
I'm getting you. Are you getting me?
Yes, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Archivigo Do, and I call as an education stakeholder, not as the director of communication, national disaster.
Okay, go ahead.
Marka issue he raised, I will deal with it for another day. Let me speak as an education stakeholder.
I'm bringing you here on Friday. This coming Friday, I'm bringing you here in the morning.
Yeah, so I will deal with you sufficiently.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for you.
Yeah. I mean, I listened to the DG of the ARTB, and I think the team is doing extremely well down there. I didn't know anything about that area till 2004 when James Cherry, my late friend, was appointed as Director General of the ARTB during the transition administration. I started following the activities and the rest of that. But what happened is that we, the education stakeholder, especially in the TVET area, are getting confused on the issue of who does what. You got a division of TVET at the Ministry of Education, supervised by the Assistant Minister for TVET. What do they do? Then you had a division of TVET at the Ministry of Youth and Sport. What do they do? Then you are coming in as a regulatory arm. We understand this from time immemorial that the ARTB has been an institution created to promote TVET education in Liberia and to ensure that every TVET institution can meet up with some standard. We understand your role, but what is the role of youth and sport in the Ministry of Education in the TVET area? Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And you are actually the last caller. So, Chief, we just have 2 minutes. You have to address that and close.
Thank you. So let me begin with the last caller. So the role of the Ministry of Youth and Sport and the Ministry of Education TVET bureaus actually around TVET management.
Okay.
So there are government-operated TVET institutions. The larger ones are actually being operated or supervised by the Ministry of Youth and Sport.
Okay.
The TVET programs within the formal education sector, they are also being operated by the Ministry of Education. So what this government is doing is to ensure that at the different multilateral across the country, the focus is not only on formal education, but both formal and the informal and non-formal training programs. So the Ministry of Education is managing those TVET institutions. So the Agricultural Industrial Training Bureau focus is on regulation to ensure standardization of the sector. So I didn't get his name very well. I will get it from you later.
Achifigodo.
Okay, Achifigodo. So thank you, and that is actually the way the sector is currently being operated. Then there's this concern about labor statistics. So this year we are designing labor study, and that study will be done along with the Ministry of Labor to ensure that we understand the TVET graduates that are currently employed or are self-employed at the different institutions. So we are designing that study, and we hope to do it with the Ministry of Labor.
Yes.
Then the concern about BWR and LOIC.
Yeah.
So this government has also...
Just 30 seconds, please. It's 6 o'clock already.
I know.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, I will thank you for the time, and I hope the next time we have more time to be able to discuss the different concerns raised by the public. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Well, he's the head of the Agriculture Industrial Training Bureau, AITB. Ibrahim Bailey has been our guest here on this segment of the OK Conversation. My name is Marka Davis. Thanks to all of you who follow us by OK TV online and by radio across the country. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. Bye.